How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We have some big news, and it's big enough I have to record here in the airport. We have some big news happening in the crypto land, and you can see Bitcoin making a big move up today, up to 66,500. We were up even further earlier today, and I've been making some videos talking about how we don't have anything to be worried. Even yesterday, I talked about the apocalypse that's coming for crypto. In quotes, I said it's all FUD. And today, we're making a nice comeback. Now, why is that? I will tell you, but if you don't mind, hit subscribe. Turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. There's also going to be a link to Margex underneath the video in case you want to start trading cryptocurrency with leverage. And there's a link to CoinW underneath the video as well in case you want to check that out. Now, I'll be clear, there is always a possibility of downside, right? There's always a possibility that we're going to fall back down, but today the market is looking pretty good. And I do want to apologize for the camera quality and stuff. We'll get back to the nice camera here in a little while. But Hong Kong just approved spot Bitcoin ETFs. This is something that we thought was probably happening today, but we weren't sure. It's happening. It's expected to unlock up to 25 billion in demand from Chinese investors. And this is not the capital market. The capital market's 30 trillion. This is supposed to unlock 25 billion. That's what analysts expect to be ready to deploy into these markets. And unlike the US, where there's grayscale, and let me just make sure this is still going. Okay, cool. Unlike the US, where there's grayscale still as an overhang when these ETFs got approved, they don't have anything like that. So they don't have some massive entity that's going to be selling constantly or who's going to have losses or outflows every single day. It's just going to be net inflows day after day after day, most likely, up until some point when investors take some profits or get scared out of their positions. But that's probably a long way away. They have a $30 trillion market, which is bigger than the UK. It's bigger than anywhere, really, besides the US. And a lot of investors did get screwed out of real estate there with Evergrande. They got screwed out of their retirement. Maybe they want to go a little bit more risk on. Maybe they want something like Bitcoin, which was banned by the government. Maybe that even tells them, hey, I really do need some Bitcoin. If the government's banning it, there's probably a reason to hold it. So they can get in now, and mainland China can also get in. I don't know if you knew this, but Chinese investors can get into Hong Kong ETF. So it unlocks more than just Hong Kong, it unlocks all of China. Now, we'll have to see how these inflows occur, how much comes in. It'll be an ongoing thing that we'll look at daily, I'm sure, just like the US Bitcoin ETFs. But it should be fun to watch, and it is really good news that these got approved so quickly. It's kind of like China's giving their stamp of approval. So, I mean, that's also something to be paying attention to. Maybe there's going to be a little bit of a fight between China and the US. Obviously, if China's allowing it, you would think the US would have some kind of interest in making sure that they can have an equal amount of Bitcoin. Also, they're already advertising huge Bitcoin ETF ad on electronic billboard in Hong Kong. This is happening already. They knew that these were going to get approved. They had everything set up, and now they're approved, so they're pushing hard already. And I'll be honest, I've been traveling. I remember this the last couple times I've been traveling too. There are a lot of ads right now for grayscale. Like anywhere you look, and there are ads for like Invesco and stuff like that too, but if you go to any airport in the US, there are ads for grayscale crypto products. Like these companies are trying to sell a lot of these ETFs. They're trying to sell their product very hard right now. So that's good. There are going to be more and more people that get into it because of that. Also, Germany's largest federal bank, LBBW, partners with Bitpanda to offer Bitcoin and crypto custody services to institutional and corporate clients starting in Q2 2024. You are not bullish enough. Nobody is. So not just China, not just the US, also Germany, essentially allowing more banks to get into Bitcoin as well. And we did have that recent dip where we went down to 60K. I said, don't worry, it's going to be okay. This is good for the market. And it was good for the market. You can see this is actually as of last night, before all these ETFs were approved. So when we were sitting right around 64,000, Bitcoin RSI was reset to levels not seen, or to levels last seen when the price was about 42K. Bitcoin price hitting support for the third time. Okay, that is really bullish. I mean, the fact is, when you go up for so long, you start to get overextended, you start to get overheated, right? There are a lot of people that bought in and might panic sell soon, but RSI has cooled down, so now we're gearing for that next leg up. So be ready for that. Make sure that you have your position set. Now, there are some altcoins that I've talked about recently that are doing extremely well. So first of all, Bitcoin dominance cooling down a little bit, down to 55 now. Maybe we just bounce here. That's always a possibility because we had seen previous resistance right at this level. We could just start going back up, but EC is doing really well. I don't know if this will load in this airport Wi-Fi, but it is up about 20% over the last day from the bottom. It's looking quite bullish. I've talked about this a lot recently, but it bottomed pretty fast. And again, yeah, this Wi-Fi is just not helping me out here, but we had a big spike and then it kind of went like this for a while and now it's starting to come back up. So quite bullish there. Another crypto that I've looked at, and this is just a meme coin, not anything that you should throw your life savings into or anything like that. Definitely high risk, but Reddit token continues to pop up on my timeline on Twitter. Definitely one to pay attention to. I'm also doing some leverage trading. Now that should only be part of your portfolio, should not be the whole portfolio by any means, right? But I did put on a couple longs yesterday and the day before when we were seeing some pain, one on Solana, one on Bitcoin. I also don't think it's the worst idea to dollar cost average in times like this. Like I said, that we could have fallen down further over the weekend, but as I said in those videos, I didn't think it was necessarily a really bad idea to add a little bit to your positions. If you're bullish long term, the fact is we probably will hit 100K, 120K, 150K. And jumping in a little bit heavier, if you still have to build your allocation, you still have to get more allocated to crypto, and we're on a 20% dip when we have so many fundamentally bullish things happening soon, I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, we have the Bitcoin halving, we have the ETFs now being approved. That's another huge driver to the crypto market, and it's not like some sell the news event. The spot ETFs in the US weren't. Maybe China is, maybe they don't really want to invest that heavily in Bitcoin. That's always a possibility, but I don't think that's the case. I think this could be another entity that could swallow up 100,000 Bitcoin in pretty quick in a pretty quick time. So let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. I really do appreciate you watching. Check out the links to Margex and to CoinW, and